guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Jill and today I'm going to be doing my huge October book haul and unboxing. So let's get started. So yeah, October was pretty crazy when it comes to book buying. I actually went to 2 author events and there were like 2 to 3 authors per event. So I got like all of their books and I got a bunch of ARCs, and I actually have my OwlCrate unboxing along with a little unboxing from Barnes & Noble. And I just got so many books this month. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm just going to get right into it because this video is already going to be super long and I'm going to try to space out the books that I got with the unboxings. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So starting off with some books that I got at author signings, the first author event that I went to this month was the Lauren Oliver and Kendar Blake event. They were both lovely, lovely people. And so I basically got 3 Lauren Oliver books. I haven't read any Lauren Oliver yet, but obviously I got the book that they were doing the event on, and that is Replica, obviously by Lauren Oliver. And this is the really cool one that like you can flip it and it has the 2 stories, and like you can either read Lyra's story first and then Gemini, or you can alternate chapters, and it's really cool. I know it's science fiction. I think Lyra is like this, she was like made in a lab or something, and Gemma is like trying to discover what's happening at this lab or something. I don't really know, but I know that it's sci-fi and I got it signed. And so on Lyra's side, Lauren Oliver said, "For Jill, happy reading new and always," because we talked about like that I read 100 books last year and she was quite impressed. And then for Gemini's story, she says, "To Jill, 2 books which make us a little more human." And so yeah, she was lovely. Yeah, so first I got this one. And then one of my good bookseller friends down there actually had 2 ARCs of 2 of her other books, so I got these books for free, and that is Panic and Vanishing Girls, both by Lauren Oliver. I haven't heard the best about these books, but I did get them both signed and they were offered to me and I was like, sure. So in Panic, she said, "For Jill, happy reading. I hope you love Panic." And then in Vanishing Girls, I think she like messed up the grammar in this, but she says, "To Jill, I hope this becomes you to number 75," because I was talking about my Goodreads goal for this year and I said, oh, I want to read 75 books and I'm like 3 books away. And so yeah, it was so sweet that she put this actually in that book. So yeah, I think Panic is about this like weird game that people have to go through. Yeah, it's a legendary game played by graduating seniors where the stakes are high and the payoff is even higher. Yeah, so that's what Panic is about. I have no idea what Vanishing Girls is about, but I'm excited to find out. And the next author event is where I met for the 2nd time Leigh Bardugo, and then I met Emma Mills and Caleb Royrig. I think that's how you say his last name. But yeah, obviously I got Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I've already read and finished this. I've loved it so much. If you look at my October wrap-up, I basically fangirl about this book. I have a whole Goodreads review about it. It is so freaking good. And I met Leigh Bardugo for the 2nd time and she was lovely, and she signed my book. She said, "To Jill, NMNF," which is no mourners, no funerals. And I just love her signature too. Like everything about this book is just so gorgeous, and I just can't even talk about this book because it gets me like so hyped up, but I loved it so much. Yeah, check out my October wrap up if you want more of my thoughts. And then I met Emma Mills, who is the author of First and Then. I know she is a YouTuber and she was actually doing a signing for a different book, but I decided to just pick this one up. And I know it is a cutesy sort of contemporary book, and yeah, she was just lovely. I loved meeting her. She said, "To Jill, thank you for reading, Heart, Emma Mills." And yeah, so I'm sure this is going to be super cute and I'm really excited to jump into it. And then finally for that book signing, I got Last Seen Leaving by Caleb Royrig, and I know this is a I know this is sort of a thriller mystery where this guy's girlfriend goes missing and he has to uncover all of her secrets, and it turns out that he doesn't really know her like he thought he did. And yeah, it should be lots of fun. Again, this man was probably, I mean, I love Leigh Bardugo, but this guy I'd never heard of. This is like his debut, and he was so funny and I love him so much, and I'm actually going to be reading this for a book club in November. So yeah, he was awesome. And yeah, so in this book he said, "Jill, into the darkness you go." So yeah, thrillers, I love thrillers, really excited. Okay, now I'm going to get into my Barnes & Noble unboxing. It's really exciting. I only got 2 books in this order, but I think they're very, very worthy books, so yeah. So here is my box from Barnes & Noble. I'm going to attempt to do this on camera, but who knows if it'll work. Okay, I got it. I got it, guys. I'm so excited for the 2 books that are in here. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, so the first book that I finally got my hands on is Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I read Illuminate earlier this year and I fell absolutely head over heels in love with Illuminate, and I've been highly anticipating this book for the longest time, and I finally got it. And yeah, so Illuminate is a science fiction thing. It's wonderful, and I know this book follows actually different characters, but I know that Ezra and Katie, who are the main characters in Illuminate, are mentioned in this book, and I just can't wait to get into it, and I'm so excited that I finally have my hands on it. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm so excited for this book. I'm so excited. And the second book that I got in this Barnes & Noble haul is not going to come as a surprise, and that is a finished copy of The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I read this book earlier this year because I got an ARC of it, and I just loved it so much that this is the first time that I've actually bought the hardcover finished edition, even though I have an ARC of it, because it's just so gorgeous and beautiful, and I love this book with all my heart. And it's purple, and it has like this like cool, I don't think you can see it, it has like an embossed star on it. I love it so much. Yeah, so The Sun Is Also a Star follows, it's a contemporary. It follows these 2 people named Natasha and Daniel, and they basically meet for one day and they fall in love, and it's amazing. And and it has so much diversity. I know Natasha is a Jamaican immigrant and she's actually about to be deported, and Daniel is a Korean guy, and I love them so much. And just please read this book because it's finally out, and I urge you to read it because it's so freaking good. Okay, so that was my Barnes & Noble little unboxing, and now I'm going to get more into some ARCs that I received this month. So I actually got reviews from my local bookstore, so I get some ARCs if you're wondering where I get these ARCs. So the first one I got is Something in Between by Melissa de la Cruz. This book is already out. I know this book also deals with sort of a deportation thing, and I think it follows this girl named Jasmine who gets all these wonderful scholarships, and she's about to go to college, and then at this dinner thing for this scholarship she actually finds out that her family is in the US illegally, so that basically ruins everything. She can't get the scholarship that she worked so hard for, and I guess she starts to come out of her shell and starts doing things that she never thought she would, because she doesn't have to focus on getting into college and all that stuff. And I've heard that it's really wonderful. Heard amazing things about it, so it should be a good time. I'm excited. Next up, I got a book that I had no idea even existed, and that is The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Alire Sainz. And if you don't know, this author wrote the Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe with all these amazing awards, and I read this book like a few years ago and I loved it. And fun fact, Lin-Manuel Miranda actually narrates the audiobook of this book, so if you haven't read it yet, I suggest the audiobook. I personally haven't read, I haven't listened to the audiobook, but you know, I might, because Lin is amazing. So yeah, this is his new book. I have no idea what it's about. I'm sure it's a contemporary. I just saw that it was Benjamin Alire Sainz and I grabbed it so quickly, you don't even know. I'll just read the little back of it because it seems like it's interesting. It says, the first day of senior year, everything is about to change. Until this moment, Sal has always been certain of his place with his adoptive gay father and their loving Mexican-American family. So diversity, hello. But now his own history unexpectedly haunts him, and life-altering events force him and his best friend Samantha to confront issues of faith, loss, and grief. Sal discovers that he no longer knows who he really is, but if Sal's not who he thought he was, who is he? Sounds wonderful. The diversity sounds wonderful. I can't wait. Benjamin Alire Sainz, I'll read anything by him because I loved Aristotle and Dante. The next book I have is actually by an author that I've heard nothing but good things, but I haven't actually picked up one of her books yet, and that is The You I've Never Known by Ellen Hopkins. And I know this author writes completely in verse, so it's just in like poems and stuff, and she talks about really hard-hitting topics like rape and prostitution and everything. So I know this book is about a girl named Ariel, and her mother actually leaves her when she's a baby, and she's stuck, not stuck, but she has to be raised by her father. And it also follows a girl named Maya who runs from an abusive mother, and she actually ends up getting pregnant from an older man that she thinks she can trust, but turns out she can't, and now she's stuck with a baby and a young marriage. And so then Ariel and Maya's life sort of collide, and Ariel's mother, who abandoned her, sort of shows up. Turns out that her mother actually didn't leave, but that her mother was kidnapped by her father and put somewhere, and that just sounds so crazy and hard-hitting, and I'm sure I'm going to cry during this book, and so I'm very excited to finally read one of her books and hopefully be very much moved by it, because it sounds like it's a very hard-hitting book and deals with lots of very hard-hitting topics. Next up, I have a book that I've never heard of, but it's been blurred by like everyone ever, and that is Nemesis by Brendan Ricks, whatever. This book sounds really cool, or not cool, but it basically follows this girl, and to where every single year or every 2 years she is murdered in cold blood, and afterwards she wakes up in a field having no evidence that points to that she's murdered, but she remembers every time she's murdered, and this has happened every single year. And yeah, and it also apparently there's like an asteroid heading towards Earth, and she doesn't want to be killed on her 16th birthday or something weird like that. Anyway, it just sounds really, oh gosh, it sounds so different and weird. And this book was blurred by Victoria Aveyard, Ransom Riggs, Ali Condi, Melissa De La Cruz, Cami Garcia, Renee Audier, Alexander Bracken, Carrie Ryan, Margaret Stoll, and Jay Kristoff. That's like so many people who've blurbed this, so I'm hoping this is good, and the cover is really creepy too. It says, "He killed me not, he killed me." Should be interesting. I'm excited to finally get into it. And the last arc I got is The Hidden Memory of Objects by Daniel Mage Amato. This book I picked up because the title is bomb, and I guess it follows this girl whose brother has died, and she sort of has this ability to detect like the past, present, and future when she touches objects. So it says, however, she realizes that her artistic talent has developed into something more. She can see memories attached to some of Tyler's belongings, and those memories reveal a brother she never knew. And so she enlists the help of an artifact detective, and who shares her ability, and basically they try to chase down what happened to Tyler and who he really was by sort of feeling out these different objects that he possessed and touched and stuff like that. Anyway, it sounds really cool, and the title and cover are great, so yeah, very excited to see what this book is all about. And then I got an entire trilogy because they were very cheap. Each book was less than $5, and I've been wanting to read this series for the longest time, but now I finally have the entire series, and that is Knife of Never Letting Go, or the Chaos Walking trilogy. So obviously I got the first one, The Knife of Never Letting Go, The Ask and the Answer, and Monsters of Men, all by Patrick Ness. I've heard wonderful things about this trilogy, and like I said, it was for bargain. I know it's in this world where people can hear each other's thoughts, but the main character actually can't hear everyone's thoughts, or no one can hear his thoughts. I'm not really sure, but I've heard amazing things about this. I read Patrick Ness's The Rest of Us Just Live Here, and I didn't really enjoy it, but I've heard countless amazing things about this trilogy, so very excited to get into it. And then my battery's almost dead, so I'm just going to quickly run through what I got in my OwlCrate. I unboxed this earlier this month, and I filmed a whole unboxing, but that video basically sucked so bad, so I'm not going to put that out there for all of you guys to see. So I'm just going to quickly run through what I got in my OwlCrate for the month of October. So the theme for the box was Once Upon a Dream, so I got some amazing stuff. The first thing I got was this beanie hat that is from Peter Pan, but I personally like to think that it's from Robin Hood. I love it. I literally wear this all the freaking time. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. And then we get this adorable little bracelet that is based on Sleeping Beauty, and it says Once Upon a Dream. Another thing that I've been wearing basically non-stop since I got it, and it's really pretty. If you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? It's really pretty. And then I got this little Passport to Oz. It's a little notebook, and it's just so cute, and like on the back it says there's no place like home, and I just love it so much. And The Wizard of Oz is bomb. I love The Wizard of Oz. And then I got this adorable little button bookmark, and mine has little black polka dots on a white background, and I've already used this like 3 times, and I love it. It's so cute, and I think it's really awesome because you would think like a paper clip might like rip the pages when you take it off, but it actually has like this like stop or like for some reason this bookmark does not do that, so kudos to people who made this because it's really awesome. And then finally I got the book, which is Vasa in the Night by Sarah Porter, and I actually already have an ARC of this book, so disappointed I already had a copy of it, but I'll probably be giving away my ARC of this book because now I have a finished copy, and the finished copy is gorgeous. And along with the book we actually got a tattoo. Got a tattoo and a note from the author and a signed book plate. I don't know if you can see all those, probably not. I'm trying to go fast because literally my battery is about to die in 20 seconds. So yeah, this book basically follows an enchanted kingdom of Brooklyn, and I know it's sort of based on the story of Vasila the Beautiful, and it sounds really cool. It sounds like mystical and magic-y, and I love books set in New York, so this should be a good one. So sorry that wasn't a very good summary, but I had gotta go. So there you guys have it. That was my huge October book haul and unboxing. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I also have all my social media links down below. I have Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram, so if you want to go follow me on those, they are easily accessed down below in the description.